Okay, this is really fucked up. I'm sorry, apparently we're live. I don't know what the hell happens. I don't know why this doesn't work. I need to look this up. But apparently it just decides to go live whenever I change the title, I've noticed now. Apparently I figured it out. I figured it out. But as you can see, the title is not updated yet. I'm just going to put CBC Marketplace pushing the narrative that Canada is racist. That will be the title for this one. Good enough. Okay, so, this is not going to be a long one. This is just going to be a one article off. It kind of pissed me off when I saw it, so I figured I would boot it up. Has the Trump effect come to Canada? Trouble with his YouTube. So this is basically just a video that they have pushed on, obviously, the all over Canada. This is CBC. This will be all over, the television screens, essentially. They're, in the areas that you only get 3 channels, the CBC is one of them, and this will be one of the channels aired. So let's watch this up. Oh, and just for warning, there might be, really slow data speeds, just because I'm encoding a video at the same time. I've been trying to encode this fucking video since 1 in the morning. It might have to do with the fact that I have matching RAM, so I might have to, because I think it's a memory error potentially. But yeah, I might have to. That's all technical mumbo jumbo, but yeah, I might have to. It's just gonna be slow, okay? It's just gonna be slow.
This is Marketplace. Donald Trump is now the president of the United States, so we're testing the Trump effect.
Can I ask why you believe in those slogans? Do you not think that's racist rhetoric?
Selling hate.
White power, you kidding me?
Who buys in?
If you want to come here and support Canada, live our way.
Close the border completely, don't let anyone in.
Who steps in?
This is absolutely outrageous.
And who's fighting back?
That kind of language is no longer tolerated.
Standing up to racism. A
Trying to get something a little better
special
quality.
edition of Marketplace.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Meet Mike. He's an actor, about to play the most uncomfortable role of his career.
Can you give me
Okay, so this is obviously the setup here. This is Marketplace. They do a lot of undercover work, right, to try and uncover the truth, so that you don't know that you're being filmed by journalists, basically, right? So apparently they're gonna cover undercover racist, and we're gonna watch this. This is gonna be 22 minutes, so we're gonna try and speed through this, and then we're gonna, we're gonna be throwing a lot of different things, facts and data and statistics and things like that. And we're gonna look into those things and see how true it really is. So apparently they're in Edmonton. They didn't actually mention that before, but they're gonna be doing this entire thing in Edmonton. And if we know anything about cities, for one, they're a little bit more liberal. But this is in conservative country, so just so you know, this is the right-winger country, okay?
me an example of what you're going to be saying today?
Sure, let me get into character. So I'll say, make Canada great again. Worldwide. White power.
Whoa. Most uncomfortable role of your life is throwing Make Canada Great Again with worldwide white power. Interesting.
Things like that. Strong words. Words that I'd never expect to come out of my mouth, but it is a role.
Hold on. So you never expected to say Make Canada Great Again? Prior to this role? I'm sorry. Are you a turncoat? Are you some filthy you have no national pride? I'm just saying here, because Make Canada Great Again, pretty simple. Like I don't know. It's like it's not like I imagined saying those words as if they were a campaign slogan in like 2008 or some shit like that. But or even a couple years ago. But it's just you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense if you know what I mean, right? It's like why would you do that? Like I understand. I never would think of saying racial slurs and then throw that one in with racial slurs. That I'm not really following here. But it feels like a kind of like a sleight of hand card trick game. You know what I mean? Like distract you one direction and then slip in a card in here, and this is the card you want me to believe that's racist or something like that. Let's continue on. This is semantics. But if you're smart enough, you can see through this bullshit.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Of course, he's the hillbilly with the truck and everything, but also he has an Ontario plate. Okay, I think this is actually Ontario right now, but however, they did have on their article, it was going to be in Edmonton, so maybe there's some spot in Edmonton that they were, I don't know, for an interview or something like that, because maybe I did not quite understand that, because I'm seeing Ontario plates all over the place. You probably can't see it, but this has to be in Toronto or something like that. So doing my due diligence and correcting myself. Now let's.
We're testing how people will react.
Okay, so we see 3 different types of T-shirts that this guy's trying to sell. White power, racist. Worldwide, white power worldwide. That's a nice Stormfront. Racist, right? Make Canada great again. Nationalistic. There's a big difference here. Let's continue on.
This.
$10 shirts, white pride worldwide. It's white power. It's time to make Canada great again. Buy your t-shirts today.
We want to know if the Trump effect has come to Canada.
We want to have the wall, a great border wall.
Nothing wrong with that. You do realize Britain has built a fence to prevent the Calais coming to Britain, or at least they did. They built a giant fence to keep migrants out. Hungary, they're all building fences and walls and increased border measures. Oh, I'm sorry, but I hate to break it to you, but our ancestors, when they were fighting these, with swords and shields and arrows, they built these things called, giant walls. They kind of helped with keeping their enemies out of their city and attacking them. Hashtag walls actually work.
Bringing drugs, their rapists, a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States. We don't
He's gone back on that promise, by the way. He has gone back on that promise.
want them in our country.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't want rapists in my country. I don't want terrorists in my country. I don't want rapists in my country. I don't even want Islamists in my country, okay? And I understand. Oh, you just came here. Oh my God, he hates Islam. He hates Muslims. Hold on. Islamicism is not the same as just, random interpretations of Sharia that are just frankly stupid but peaceful, I guess, if you want to call it that, right? Oh my God, easy for me to say, right? Islamicization is kind of shitty. If you haven't noticed, Islamicization is things like making a Western country like Saudi Arabia. I don't want our country to become like Saudi Arabia. Okay, that's Islamicization. It's turning our free democracy back into Islamic theocracy. That's what it's turning it into. That's Islamicization. Okay? Just so we're clear there, I don't like that. I don't like people trying to do that. They can fuck off for all I care. Those people are not Canadians. They are Islamicists.
And we will make America great again.
Need to show me some research?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Media
Great, some research. Let's go into here.
analyst James Rubik keeps track of the Trump effect.
I really want to hear some numbers. See how bad the Trump effect has gotten. Let's check it out.
When we compare November of 2015 to November of 2016, we've seen an increase of 600%
Whoa, holy shit. What types of things are they saying?
in the amount of intolerant language that Canadians are using online
Okay, please go into specifics, please.
and on places like Twitter, in comment sections, or on web forums or blogs.
600% in the last 12 months?
Yes.
What
Hold on. Did you catch that? You catch that? Here, I'm gonna upgrade the quality. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I hit the wrong button. Apparently, I am old and like this is what I'm talking about. It's gonna stutter because we are encoding a video right now. We got some extra quality. Let's see if we can make out some of the words. That looks like the phrases that they're searching for. Because they at real Donald Trump. Trumps. Donald Trump. Hail. Ban Muslims. Are you fucking kidding me? That's the intolerant language you're using? Really? Really? Adding real Donald Trump. Adding real Donald Trump. I know liberals that have added real Donald Trump. Like hardcore liberals. This is the worst fucking study I've ever seen. This is the worst crap I've ever seen. Ban Muslim. Oh my God. Donald Trump. The worst one you have is ban Muslims, which is the highest. See, I think that one is Nazism. That might be pretty bad. Hail. What if I said hail to the crown? Hail to the Queen on like what was it, Victoria Day or some shit like that? Hail to Britain on the Battle of Britain Day or something like that? Like, come fucking on. This is fucking search I've ever seen. You are hacks. You are hacks. Okay, I know. So your study is crap. Your study is complete fucking crap. You are slanderous. Your intolerant language is adding real Donald Trump. Adding the president of the fucking United States. Okay, I bet Justin Trudeau his team has added the Donald. Okay? I imagine there's a lot of fucking people that have added the Donald. Let's go into, more specifics of how, we obviously have actual phrases apparently on that thing that I'm presuming they haven't actually mentioned. That those are the phrases that they're using, but let's say, okay, so this is their method. Contact filtering, so they've taken 1% of all Twitter mentions in Canada and basically just scaled them, right? Apparently, his filtering, for example, he wouldn't use tweets Sean King uses when he's talking about race, right? Because he's a journalist or something like that, or he's not using it in a racist context. I love how they use the example, journalist Sean King, or whatever, right? Obviously they didn't put journalist Sean King, but Sean King, a writer with New York Times, is as if, Sean King's like a credible source on race, I would assume blacker than Sean King hashtags might be go through this thing, because apparently I feel like that would be a racist rhetoric that they would include, even though they don't really understand that it's a fucking troll by Sargon. Hand-scored review of 500 comments in both November. 8% of the comments were comments used ironically. So apparently they in their infinite wisdom, when they use at Donald Trump, or adding Donald Trump, so they know that that's racist, right? But you can trust them with their troll filtering that they don't have anywhere where they actually showcase what types of tweets they would filter as trolling or being joking. Like, come on. Bot removal now. Bot removal to remove bots. Apparently, they just did this really I love the listening. Susan removed 4 commenters who created more than 3,000 comments during the analysis period that were bots. More filtering could be done. Season confirmed existence. Increase the sample rate on a further widen the list of contexts to spread out. However, the company is confident. So let me get this straight. You could have done your job better, but you didn't. Why even admit that? Idiotic. Yeah. I'm a pleb on YouTube. I'll admit that. I'm just a pleb on YouTube. But you're supposed to be a legitimate fucking company doing sampling. Legitimate fucking company doing sampling. Like, come. Really? Like, adding real Donald Trump is white nationalism, right? Ban Muslims is Islamophobia. Kind of. I could kind of see that to some extent, but saying you're a knee-jerk reaction or being like trolling like, what the best solution is ban Muslims and then put like a sigh emoji or something like that. Like, come on. I just don't trust you with determining what is trolling. I don't trust you because of the actual examples you have decided to use. Okay, we got to turn this down a little bit. Let's go 720 because we can't actually support this amount of processing power. This little small processor is working hard at encoding a fucking video.
600% in the last 12 months?
Yes.
What Rubik calls intolerant language is just a nicer way of saying hate speech.
Adding real Donald Trump is hate speech, folks. Adding real Donald Trump is hate speech. Yep.
And when you look at this graph, it's hard to deny it's been growing with Trump's popularity.
There are times that it would dip.
Yes, adding Donald Trump does grow with Trump's popularity. It's fucking retarded.
In Canada, and there were times that it would drastically increase. Certainly, again, in November, it did drastically increase.
No shit, because a whole bunch of Canadians probably added real Donald Trump in, like, congratulations. When he won. You realize that will be, I'm guessing, because that's one of your search parameters is adding real Donald Trump unironically. I'm guessing that's included in your search. In your.
And then when Trump actually won the nomination, that gave it another huge spike. And then the largest is when he won the election.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
It's totally Donald Trump. Oh my God, Donald Trump is the big adder. Oh my God, because he used. Wow, just all these racists adding real Donald Trump. Congratulations, the president of the United States. Fucking hell.
most common words thrown around?
Hashtag Zig Heil. Hashtag white genocide. Hashtag white power.
Make America great again.
Make America white again. That's something they are actually saying.
We asked James to analyze his research and
for
build
fuck's
a word.
sakes. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. That's my really annoying. I wonder if you can hear those trains. I hope you can't hear those trains because those trains are annoying. But yeah. Should have paused that. I was trying to pause that earlier, but lag, like I said. I love the sleight of hand here. So they throw out some extreme examples, right? Let's go back. white again. That's an extreme example, right? That's also what we also I've come to realize, being that I've immersed in internet culture, that term comes from the SJWs. You do understand that? That's them making fun of. I hope you sampled for that. I hope you sampled for that. Like, because that term is used ironically. Not, most of the times I've seen that, it's been used ironically. So I don't think I've ever seen that term used unironically. Ever. I don't think I've ever seen that on Twitter used unironically. I've seen it used ironically quite a few times, but that. Now, white genocide. Okay, this one, I can imagine this one would see quite a bit of use. I could actually see this one. However, that being said, I don't see it accounting for 600,000 or 600% increase. You know what I mean? Like obviously it's going to be a portion of it, but it's not going to be a portion. For example, with adding real Donald Trump, adding real Donald Trump is going to be 10 times larger than fucking white genocide ever will be in Canada. I'm just telling you. But let's be calm down here. Okay, so white genocide, is that really that bad? Now, this is alt-right doctrine. This is nonsense. This is like patriarchy theory. It's not really well proven. It's kind of but to some extent they have some sense of a point here, where you look at Germany and you have like really disgusting things that their politicians have said about their national identity. Okay, that's really fucked up. Then you have even actual racial things that they've said about white people need to become multicultural. That's what you gotta understand. What white genocide is it's reactional. Like I said, the disturbing rise of the white nationalism is because of the left, because they try to use these things as if just discredit them as like, oh my god, right, the white supremacy, white genocide, that's bullshit, absurd. Oh my god, they're so insane, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, what you don't understand is this is technically one of those things where it's like, now it is racial, but it's things like, for example, it's no different than saying like, Black Lives Matter. White genocide is basically the exact same, type of statement as Black Lives Matter. It's like White Lives Matter. That's technically what it is. It's just saying that it's in this format of saying, hey, our race is being targeted for being removed from the gene pool. Basically, that's okay. So do you understand that this is not like a Hail Hitler type thing? This is not the same thing. It's racial. Okay, but so is Black Lives Matter. And you hail this as a wonderful peaceful movement. So is pro-Muslim things. Well, that's not, like I said, I'm bringing in religion into race. Obviously, that's false equivalency. Sorry about that, guys. But you kind of understand what I'm saying here. I don't agree with the racial element of white genocide. I would say cultural genocide, maybe. I don't know. Like culture is important, but this is you refusing to acknowledge that essentially there's a real sentiment of like, hey, why the fuck are 40% of the shelves in Superstore all Asian food? Like, where does this come from? Like, I don't remember this being a thing when I was, a kid or something like that, right? Like, there is some real concerns with people, and especially millennials these days, where they're just like, they know that they can trigger you and shit like that with this shit. And not to mention, this is why the alt-right's growing, because they're really starting to not see a place for them in society, because they're like, what the fuck, I'm not a racist, why am I suffering from the historic correction balance of supposed racism? Why am I suffering from affirmative action quotas? Why am I, a millennial man, suffering, being basically treated as a second-class citizen economically because of our the way we've organized our culture, because of things like affirmative action hires and things like that? Like, I have better skills than that guy, and he got he got an interview, boom, right off the spot because he's black. Like, and the smart ones are just like, yeah, affirmative action quotas are bullshit. This is just nonsense. It's not the black guy's fault, like this is just, this PC crap has gone too far. We need to bring it back a little bit, right? This progressivism nonsense, it's brought back, right? And then there's the other people that are just, not really thinking that way, and they're like, wow, this white genocide thing, this shit's really true, it's a conspiracy, guys. It's a conspiracy, right? Understand what's wrong with society. Understand where the people's grievance is, because otherwise you can't fix them. If we cannot talk honestly about the issues in this country and issues with the fringe racists or whatever, like to your own admission, the racists are growing. I don't deny that. The racists are growing because it's become the cool new hip thing, and you're casting out many members, let's face it, millennial men are feeling more and more disenfranchised with society and Western cultures. They just are. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just, it's difficult to really, this isn't a debate format, you know what I mean? I can't really exactly challenge somebody else's claims here, or the other side's claims here, but, I gave some examples. I hope that kind of is suffice in my explanation. If you're not seeing it, obviously check out my video, that video. I'm not trying to plug or anything, but, we get into more detail of that, and this is trying to be quick here. So white genocide, racial, to summarize, yes, it's a racial hashtag, but it's not like, it's not the same as, like, Make America White Again, okay? Unironically, if somebody was using that, it's not the same. It's a call for killing us or stop genociding us. Basically, that's what white genocide is. You don't understand that? You're being disingenuous because you're throwing in a whole bunch of random terms, and we're gonna go back to and just labeling them all as, okay. Whenever you see white genocide, it's racist. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It's just racist. It's like state programming. Basically, that's what it feels like to some extent. It's just like people don't even ever fucking think. This is why, like, millennial woes, all these people, like, even what is it, black libertarian from fucking Georgia who has experienced racism finds the alt-right and the white nationalism and a very interesting perspective, like the Richard Spencer type shit, which is the more mainstream, right? Whereas the obvious skinheads are the fringe. He finds it refreshing to hear these ideas because they've been suppressed for so fucking long. If you have superior ideas, if you know that what they're talking is complete shit, debate them. One-on-one me, debate me, bro. But I mean, seriously, let them burn their own fucking comments. Burn themselves. And of course, this is just dangerous, think. Either you're going to push it into the corner and it's never going to see the light, and it's just going to be a bad idea that just musters in the corner in a dark room, or it's going to be exposed and going to die off because it's a terrible idea. Pick one.
The most common words thrown around?
Hashtag Zig Heil.
Okay, Zig Heil, that's clearly racist. Obviously racist. That German, I believe it's something like probably Hail Hitler or some shit like that. That's obviously racist. So they throw that in with
hashtag white genocide.
With white genocide, right? They throw in Zig Heil with white genocide as if they're equivalency. No, they aren't. They're not equivalencies, you dipshits.
Hashtag white power.
And then throw in white genocide with white power. I'm sorry, what? These are false equivalencies.
Make America great again.
False equivalency, again. False equivalency. Understand this here. Let's be intellectual honest here. And then you all those ones, the more charged ones, the four more charged things that you searched for. The three racially charged ones, the ones that, people, the narrative is that Make America Great Again means Make America racist again, right? You throw all those in, those deplorable things to say, right? And you throw them in with adding real Donald Trump.
Make America white again. That's something they are actually saying.
We asked James to analyze his research and build a word cloud. Here's how it works.
Trump, Donald, send them back. Muhammad Ali. How is that race? Like, at real Donald. See? Word, like, think. They're throwing in adding real Donald Trump. You know how many times he gets added a day? It's got to be an insane number. He's got like 30 million fucking followers. I think he has 60 million followers, actually. Sorry. 30 million is how many voted for him. He has like 60 million followers, dude. He gets like 100,000 favorites and like tens of thousands of retweets a day. This probably makes up half of your fucking search results, at least. I would guess more. And then Donald Trump makes up the other half. And the rest of this is like 1%.
The bigger the word, the more often the terms have shown up.
Okay. So the bigger the word, the more often the terms have shown up. So ban Muslims, top one. Top thing. Ban Muslims. What did that might have in reference to, what does that have reference to? I don't know, like it might be have something to do with, things like truck attacks, truck to peace attacks, AK-47s of glory, French cleansings, peaceful cleansings, very nice. It might have be in anger in reference to that. It might be in anger in reference to things like donations of peace to ISIS, right? From in our own country, from our literally our mosques, our Saudi-funded mosques. They're donations of peace, guys. Trucks of peace, AK-47s of glory, bombs of Muhammad, peace be upon him, bombs. I don't know. I'm running out of terms, but why not we think about the attack on Ottawa in 2014? A hunting rifle of justice, of justice, because it's obviously Canada that's bombing the shit out of the ISIS and stuff like that in the Middle East, and it's all our fault, even though if you actually look, Canada's mission is giving pencils to fucking people. I literally wanted to join as a kid. I was like, oh man, it'd be so cool to like fight terrorists and kill these bastards and stuff like that. And then they gave a presentation, and then the presentation, it's like, Canada's mission. And I'm like looking, I'm like, wait, so they don't actually kill terrorists? They give pencils to little kids? That's fucking boring. I don't want to go to Kandahar. Fuck that. like, you don't understand that. Like, fucking retarded. So, ban Muslims is the biggest one. I think that is knee-jerk. I do think it's another thing. But at the same time, Islam, fundamentally, not non-liberal, non-moderate or whatever, Islam, right? The one that people try to parade out is as, they try to separate Islam. So we're going to separate Islam. Islam, the violent denomination, right? That one, nobody wants it. So I'm guessing that's what ban Muslims is in reference to. People don't want any more Muslims because they see what's happening, especially in Europe. They're like, no, we're not. And also Trudeau's policies. They're really not happy with Trudeau's policies. I don't think he's winning any liberal points there. He's winning regressive points, but not liberal points. Send them back. That's an immigration thing. I don't know how that's racist. That's a policy. It's a policy. Ask Congress. I don't know what the hell ask Congress means. The fuck. Like, the fuck. The ask Congress is hate speech. Nigger. Okay, that's hate speech. Oh, shit, I just said it. But you get it, right? The N-word is hate, is obviously racially charged, blah, 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 right? But I don't know. I hate to tell it to you, but you know how many people of minority colors, you know, Aboriginal ghetto, you know, French ghetto, you know, black ghetto, Canadians. You know how many people use the N-word as like, oh, this stupid nigga. You know what I mean? Look at this dumb motherfucker. You know, like they use it like that because it's ghetto culture. It's called rap culture. If you ever you know, fucking grew up in the fucking 80s, you would actually, you know, might understand this, you dumb shits. Oh my god. I'm trying to explain culture to them, like rap culture to them. Rap culture has been around for 20 fucking years. I thought we understood this. 30 fucking years, sorry. Hail. That can mean a million things. It can mean Hail Mary. Hail Mary with A. But hail to the king, hail to the chief. There's actually a song that I hear a lot of radio play in Canada. It's called Hail to the Chief. Maybe somebody's adding the band that sang it, and it's like, man, Hail to the Chief is my jam. Fuck's sakes, people. HNXDDD. I don't know what the fuck that means. France. That's hate speech. France is hate speech. Boxing legend. That's hate speech. Goes against. Hates. Clarify these. Candidate proposing. Daughter Helena. I think that's actually a white nationalist term. Muslim immigration. The mention of Muslim immigration is hate speech. I imagine there's plenty of liberals like, Muslim immigration is great. Okay, that's hate speech. That shows up in your results, you dipshit. Oh, fuck. Actress Kelly? I don't know what that means. Advance their own. I don't understand that one. Islam real. Yes, Islam is real. Republican president. Oh my fucking god. And in another news today, the Republican president censored hate speech. Like, for fuck's sakes, guys. For fuck's sakes. Muhammad Ali, the famous boxer that died this year. Mentioning that is hate speech. Oops. I cannot believe this. This is the most absurd fucking shit I've ever seen. But let's go to the... I think we've beaten this dead horse of these marketplace results. We really need to go on to the fucking actual shit. So let's just play this through. I'm not even going to bother mentioning it unless there's something particularly egregious that they mention again, where they just sleight of hand. But this is the sleight of hand. You know, saying the mention of Nazi, the mention of the N-word is the same results as saying France. Like, or ask Congress. God fucking damn it.
Ban Muslims is at the top of the pack, and Donald Trump's name is not far behind.
The third.
I don't know if you noticed, but there was kind of an election that happened. You know, it's kind of big, kind of important. It was, you know, worldwide news for like 2 years. So I don't know if you noticed, but that happened.
The most common term that they're using in association with those words is @RealDonaldTrump, his Twitter handle.
@RealDonaldTrump, ask Congress. @RealDonaldTrump, ban Muslims. That's not terrible. @RealDonaldTrump, Donald Trump. Critically think, people. Read between the lines. These are goddamn propagandist liars. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go out there. There's plenty of lovely opinion pieces on the CBC when they just straight up report facts, only facts, and don't fuck around. They have all different journalists, all different points of view, and they're just facts. But they lie. This is manipulative. This is 100% manipulative. Let's continue on.
So as more people discuss Donald Trump, more people will discuss racist language in Canada.
Ask Congress, like racist language. Saying my nigga, Donald Trump won. That's racist language. Fucking stupid.
Within Islamophobia and white nationalism, there have absolutely been a correlation with how many
Dramatic music, piano riff. This is scary. Fuck off. Just you can tell the hit piece here. It's a fucking hit piece on Canadian culture just to lie to us that there's a real problem with hate speech. We gotta crack down. No, we don't. Fuck off.
Canadians are tweeting about this and how many Americans are. We're in lockstep.
So his research confirms the Trump effect is here.
His research confirms that people have added Donald Trump a lot of fucking times. You fucking idiots.
But how will it play out on the street? That's
Also, you don't understand trolling. There's probably plenty of people that were like used a lot of these terms unironically, and they're just like Pepe accounts, you dipshits. And they're making fun of you. They're making fun of people. They're trying to get a rise out of you. It's all bullshit. You do realize that. It's like an edgy meme. It's just a meme, okay? It's just a meme.
what we're going to test. Taking some of the words that are spreading on the internet and putting them into print on t-shirts. Slogans directly linked to white supremacist groups.
Oh wow, I didn't fucking notice. You know, it's almost as if I actually understand these white power movements because I don't want to see them grow. Because I actually want to understand, the shit. I want to understand the enemy, just like I understand the liberal arguments and your nonsense CBC bullshit. Okay.
3 different shirts, 3 different locations. We begin in Alliston, Ontario, in the heart of MP Kelly Leitch's riding. She's been in the news the last few months.
If you haven't seen Kelly Leitch, listen, just look her up. Just look her up on YouTube once, and you'll notice she sounds like a nice little old lady. I'm sorry, it's hard to take her serious as some sort of racist. It's really hard to take her serious. There's a good one with Evan Solomon, the Power and Politics. It'll be her debating Michael Chong. Kelly Leitch versus Michael Chong. That it should show up. But I mean, do it on your own time. I'm not trying to just Google it, bro. But I mean, like, it's pretty easy to find, and if you want to, look it up. But Kelly fucking Leitch, she's a grandma. She sounds like a giant, like a sweet old lady. Oh, would you like some cookies? Like, come on, guys. She'll defend herself there. Because the CBC won't comment on her.
Well, not all of President-elect Donald Trump's supporters are here in the United States. His anti-establishment brand has found some common ground with folks north of our border.
We should be screening immigrants to Canada for Canadian values. And two-thirds of Canadians, average Canadians, agree with me. The elites, the insiders, the left-wing media, they're doing everything they can to stop me.
It's remarkable
I'm not going to back.
Oh my god. Okay, this is hilarious. Marketplace, you just proved her point. You're trying to slander her right now in a video where she's talking about the liberal media slandering her. Oh my god. Oh my. There's some things you're just not prepared for in this life. How unself-aware they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Canadian values, what's wrong with that? You do realize this is going to make... You understand, Darth. If you strike me down now, I'll become more powerful than ever. If you censor my ideas now, CBC, I will become more powerful than ever. You understand that, right? I know I like to quote Star Wars because I'm a nerd, but let's continue.
Similar, the concerns there are to the concerns here.
Will the people in Leach's riding buy what Mike's selling?
White Pride Worldwide t-shirts. Make Canada Great t-shirts, $10.
I feel like they would buy Make Canada Great Again t-shirts, but they might. I do feel like there would be a sense of like, hey, we're not gonna buy as soon as they see the white power t-shirts, they're gonna be like, I'm turned off. They'll walk away. You know what I mean? They otherwise they might have bought Make Canada Great Again t-shirt, but they won't buy it from like this. On a side note, Ezra did do a video where he's like, "Hey, this is my I've trademarked Make Canada Great Again as a slogan." It's like, okay, come on, dude. But at the same time, it's really funny that he's actually taking them to. He's gonna pursue legal action. That's really funny. But at the same time, it's like, come on, you don't own a slogan. That's bullshit. But in all seriousness, though, yeah, it's like you might hate Ezra, and he's like he's full of shit, blah blah blah. But he's right when they're talking about sleight of hand here. Okay, he's an outrage cannon. He really does like to push the outrage buttons on everybody, on his listeners. I try to be a little bit more balanced. I generally was not. A lot of this is just like when I'm pissed off, I'm more of like a look at me, I'm Sargon. Oh, look at me, I'm so awesome. Yeah, I deserve 1 million subs. Okay, that sounded really bad. I try to take the more try to follow in Sargon's footsteps, the more Sargon approach, where it's just like actually get outraged at serious fucking outrage, like things that deserve outrage. You know what I mean? I try to be like that. I don't know. I guess my actions should prove my words, so don't take my words on it. My videos should hopefully speak for themselves.
Support Donald Trump's inauguration. We are selling t-shirts. Hey, we got some shirts. They're $10, bro. We have a few of them. We got the Make Canada Great Again. We have the White Pride Worldwide. Yeah, come over.
We're nearby, watching from our vans.
Hey, how are you doing, man? Yeah, we have the
Is he wearing a mohawk? Is it just me? Because I know it's blurred out, but I don't know. His head is just super orange. That's fucking weird. His head is so orange, and he looks like he has a purple mohawk.
Make Canada Great Again.
He has a purple mohawk, and his head's like orange. The fuck?
T-shirts are $10. The White Pride Worldwide T-shirts are the same, and the White Power ones. We gotta stick with our traditional values. We're losing that.
Mike's dialogue is based on real conversations documented by Canada's leading hate crime specialist.
Saying I understand that white nationalism is a branch off of nationalism, but saying that, enticing him with let's be fair. This is how white nationalists entice patriots, is they try to use nationalistic language to draw them into white power shit, right? Now, this guy, as you can see, he's not a generally speaking normal conservative. He has a fucking purple mohawk. You can clearly tell he has a purple mohawk, and he has okay, so I can tell it's a really orange toque. So it's like a construction toque. Maybe the purple mohawk is part of the toque, and or the mohawk sticking out. I'm not fully sure, but you can tell, like, look, he's got. So there's a little bit of, obviously he's a white dude with a beard, so you can tell that. But so let's see if he buys the bait. I don't know, is enticed by the offer, I guess.
So that's what we're here for. We're here to support, to unite the state. I mean, what we want to do, have everyone come over here, like, take over our culture, our rights.
As soon as the transaction is made, we're jumping out.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. I know.
Sorry, but what's wrong? If you're gonna call that hate speech, that's nationalistic speech. But he's being enticed by a little bit of white nationalistic rhetoric sprinkled in there. But he's not agreeing to the white nationalism part. You do understand that. If he buys a white power T-shirt, maybe he just got pressured into it, or like obviously the guy's being a salesman. He's trying to pressure him into it, regardless. But if he does buy the white power T-shirt, I'll be surprised. But then again, how do I not know that this isn't a paid actor? Because I'm sorry, I just don't trust you guys anymore. You have lost your credibility when you throw in things like Muhammad Ali as hate speech. The boxer died. Obviously, he's gonna get added. You dumb shit.
We came here and built this country, and then they just want to come over here, right? Yeah. I mean, come on.
You got 2 larges. I'll grab the White Pride Worldwide.
Okay.
And you always said you have medium in the Canada one, eh?
The Mid Canada one, I think I'm gonna check here for large, see what I got, and there you are.
Oh wow, he bought a White Pride T-shirt. Like, what? 2 guys, a guy with a fucking purple mohawk, a White Pride T-shirt. Really? You do realize skinheads still exist in this country? They're just. Now, to be fair, I was not expecting that, but at the same time, like, purple mohawk.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
What do you think now?
What do you think now? Racists everywhere, right? Do you think maybe they were planted? I do question your legitimacy, Marketplace, because I might actually do my due diligence, I guess, if you want to call it that. And instead of just speculate on whether or not, I'm actually gonna look up to see if if you have actual real controversies. Let's do that right now, because we might as well. We have the time. We should not fuck around with acting like we know everything, right? Wikipedia search controversies. Nope. There's no controversy section. No, we don't want Wikipedia anymore. Okay, so this is their fake reviews, so that's the only one that's showing up there. Let's go. Paid actors. Let's see if we have any real paid actors. Obviously, that's the one hires racist some supporter. Yeah, it's hard to. I'm not searching the right things. Obviously, I'm searching paid actor, and it's showing up with that Vance's outrage canon, but I have no idea if these guys are doing. Like when you reduce your credibility with your referencing, that's the problem. Is it's like you can have accurate things, and then when you like have certain, like, this guy could be genuine, right? But I can't trust you when you have lied with your Twitter research results. Let's continue on. Come on, guys.
How's it going? I'm Asha Tomlinson. I'm with CBC Marketplace. We just want to know why you bought those T-shirts and if you agree with those slogans. Do you agree with White Pride Worldwide? And why? You got your money to buy the shirts. You wanted the shirts. Why?
You have no reason to use anything
anything involving me for anything.
But can I ask why you believe in those slogans? Do you not think that's racist rhetoric? Do you think Canada is not great? And why not? Is that how you want to leave it?
Yeah. Why the fuck?
Nothing.
One thing that's really interesting that you gotta realize is that the difference between the black supremacists and the white supremacists. The white supremacists are actually quite indulged in like their legal rights, and they do appear to have I don't want to call them, like, I don't want to validate their point here with the whole race realism shit, but like for some reason their race, like they're I've never seen stupid neo-Nazis like okay, that sounds very terrible. That's gonna be a soundbite. That's a terrible soundbite. But you know what I'm kind of saying is like there seems to be a level of like when white people are genuine racists, like the white racists, the white nationalists, the white skinheads and stuff like that. Sure, they get angry, they get violent, blah blah blah. They don't really band together properly. Like they have like a whole bunch of different movements that have similar values, like almost really similar, and they can never get along. Like the neo-Nazis, the skinheads, the KKK, they can never get along. They've tried to form coalitions for the last 30-40 years. They cannot form a coalition. They've tried it how many times, and it's always turned out into brawls. Okay, so that's where they're stupid. That's where they're really fucking stupid. But in terms of like things like legality, they like know how to do legal shit right. Like when there was a whole in the 90s with the heritage whatever the hell that was like Canada's white like KKK basically, or neo-Nazi movement. It was more of a neo-Nazi movement, let's be fair. Like they were really like like when they were doing criminal activity, they were smart about it. They weren't dumbasses and live streaming it on Periscope, you know what I mean? Obviously Periscope didn't exist, but you get the point here is they are not going to fuck with legal if they're genuine white supremacists. So that does fit the bill to some extent, but you know, I mean, you understand? I'm trying to be fair here.
Barbara Perry is the hate crimes specialist who helped write Mike's script. We've asked her to review our video.
Neither of them would or could really articulate what it was that they were agreeing to by buying the
Would or could? What type of analyst are you? They're like, no, I'm going to walk away because I'm now all over the fucking CBC. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. I'm going to say nothing more because I know anything I say now can be used against me in a court of law. You do fucking understand that. Oh my God. You fucking idiots.
T-shirt, and you know, when challenged, when confronted, don't really know how to frame their anxiety.
No, they do. They know how to do it. They walk away. They know how to do it by walking away, by not responding. Request for comment? No thanks. Nope. See you later. Bye. Fucking dumbass.
Her research shows white supremacy ideology is on the rise, and many Canadians.
Now, of course, one thing that doesn't fit the profile is they were dumb enough to buy a fucking white supremacy t-shirt off the street. They were dumb enough to do that. That was really stupid. But like I said, they're not all brilliant gems, but they understand gems. I did not mean to say that's really funny how that turned out. But they're not all brilliant light bulbs in the tree, but at the same time, they do understand some legality. So I do question whether these are genuine white supremacists, but I don't know. It's give or take. What do you believe? Do you believe the CBC, even though they've lied so far here? I mean, let's be honest. They've kind of been lying so far here, and skewing results here. So, do you believe them? Do you still believe them? Do you believe them in this case? I don't know if I can trust them with this case. That's the problem. When you can't trust your news media organizations, what do you do? Come on.
Canadians are in denial.
We found that the risk of right-wing extremism, including the violence, had been sadly underestimated and not recognized.
Let's make Canada great again, people. There's too many immigrants coming into this country. We need to preserve the white culture. We're selling these shirts for $10. Yes, would you like to buy one? They're only $10. We're
selling white power.
Yes.
It's on a main street of Alliston.
Yes, well, it's a freedom.
Do you not work? Is this what you do for a living?
It's freedom of.
Put down other races?
It's not putting anyone down. It's just preserving white culture, the traditional values that Canada has. That
well,
we are.
You shouldn't be talking to me because I'm actually not a traditional Canadian.
Well, what kind of?
You're not a traditional Canadian. Get the fuck out. I mean, like I know she's using the. Here, let's listen to that. I want to be fair. I want to be fair here. I'm pushing, blood running high. Let's be fair here.
You shouldn't be talking to me because I'm actually not a traditional.
Okay, she's using the quotations of traditional, as in your version of traditional. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll almost jumped the gun there. See, you know how if you stop and think. Suddenly, you use your brain and think critically.
Canadian.
Well, what kind of Canadian are you?
Well, I'm a Canadian citizen now, but I was born in Italy, so.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're still on the white side, though.
This is absolutely outrageous.
You're very upset right now.
Yes.
I'm so upset because I am happy with the newcomers and I'm happy having diversity here, and I just think that we have we don't need this in Canada.
Hi, would you like to buy a Make Canada Great Again t-shirt? They're only $10.
Yeah, no, I can't afford it.
I'll give you one for $5. We have these ones here. Those immigrants that are coming here are taking over everything. We're stepping up in the States. It's time to step up here.
Let's go.
We're rolling.
Sting operation. Let's go. Oh my god, this is so cringy. It's like catching racists. For fuck's sakes. If I wanted that, I would watch an episode of Cops. Seriously, come on, guys.
Excuse me. Hi, my name is Asha Tomlinson. I'm with.
Okay, so she bought a Make America Great Again t-shirt. She didn't buy the White Power t-shirt. She bought a Make America Great Again t-shirt, dumbass.
CBC Marketplace. This is a social experiment. Mike is an actor. We want to know why you decided to buy that t-shirt.
Because I agree with him. If you want to come here and support Canada, support Canada. Live our way. If you're not happy with it, then either, keep it to yourself, celebrate on your own or whatever, but don't change who we are and what we stand for.
Thank you for talking with us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's pretty reasonable. Let's see what their response is. Is that right-wing extremism? I would say that's just that could be a nationalist liberal, just a liberal patriot. Do you understand that? This is liberal country. Just saying.
In just under an hour, Mike sold 4 shirts.
In an hour, Mike sold 4. Okay, throwing in the Make America Great Again t-shirt with White Power t-shirts. Did he sell? Okay, so there was the 2 customers that bought 3, I think, shirts, if I'm not mistaken. And then there was the one lady that bought 1. Where is those guys? Goddamn.
So that's what we're here for. We're here to support.
See how many they bought. I can't remember.
What we want to do, have everyone come over here, take over our culture, our rights.
As soon as the transaction is made, we're jumping out.
Sting operation.
What's that? Yeah, exactly. I know. We came here and built this country, and then they just want to come over here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Okay, hurry up.
Large, so grab the White Pride worldwide.
Okay.
And you only said you have medium in the Canada one, eh?
The Make Canada one, I think I'm gonna check here for large.
Okay, so he had 3. He bought 3, and then the other one. So that's 3 customers. One of them are obviously those 2 are obviously linked. One of them is just a nationalist, is just a patriot pretty reasonable nationalistic tendencies. I'm sorry, but that's reasonable. I have literal, like, giant lefty, like, liberal from the teeth, from Newfoundland. I know these people. I talk with these fucking people. They've been liberal for 40 years. They're old people. And they're like, you know what? No. Like, make Canada great again, that's perfectly reasonable slogan. They're as hardcore liberal as it gets. And they're like, you know what? No, it's fine. Make Canada great again. No. Nationalistic, everything that lady said right here. Where was it? Shit. Everything that lady said right here. That's the type of, hardcore leftist Canadian will recite too. No. Hardcore progressive? No, not necessarily. But hardcore, Canadian liberal will say that.
Okay.
That absolutely hates the Conservatives, mind you. That absolutely hates Conservatives. This is why, for example, the Conservatives won in Britain. Even though we all know that the Tories won in Britain with David Cameron and their shit, right? And the Brexit vote won and shit like that. And we all know Britain is like giant, like lots of liberals. Lots and lots and lots of liberals. This is not some sort of America, political climate. This is a big, liberal, but very nationalistic trends. Not a big collective, worldwide, open borders, globalist type nation, really. You just got to understand that there's a difference here. You're trying to label people who agree with Make Canada Great Again as white power racists. You do realize that, you dipshit. Actually, I feel like running my own street, thing or whatever, right? Where I literally do the exact same shit, but only without the white power rhetoric, and see how many t-shirts I sell then. I'd love to see. I mean, it's gonna cost money. I don't really have money, but I would love to see that. I don't know. And I'm not gonna start a GoFundMe. Fuck that shit. But I mean, like, if anyone wants to do that, just I would love to see, for example, how many people, like, if we would get, I would imagine we would get 10 times more numbers than the other shit than like these dipshits did here, with same exact shit, just without the white nationalism, white power rhetoric, just without that. I imagine we would get 10. So I imagine there's lots of people that were turned off with that whole shit, that crap. You do realize that. Like, they don't have a control group here, so we don't know how much Make Canada Great Again is associated with white nationalism, really. You do understand that.
In just under an hour, Mike sold 4 shirts.
Like, real fire sale. You sold 4 fucking shirts in an hour. Giant fire sale. 3 of them were bought by the 2 racist buddies. Fucking dumb shits.
What happens in Canada's most diverse city?
Why did you buy the shirt?
You might be surprised on your marketplace.
We will make America great again. America great again.
Look at this. I'm sorry, but look at all these giant racists. Look at all these giant racists having their Make Canada Great Again signs, and all those giant racists that subscribe to rebel media where they're just frankly happy that somebody's saying calling out the CBC for bullshit, and they want to be enticed by Ezra Levant, even though he is kind of a con man in my respect. Like, I don't want to bag too hard on him, but I mean, like, if you can't see through it, you're stupid. You know what I mean? Like, he pushes your outrage button, obviously. Be honest here. He's pushing your outrage button. You can't see through that. be reasonable. I understand why he's doing it, because you have to actually run a successful media site in 2016. Oops, 2017.
It's been a year of divisive politics. In Canada, we're seeing an increase in hate speech and hate crimes.
How many of those are fake? I'm sorry, but I just don't believe hate crimes really anymore these days. They seem to be... every hate crime that I've fact-checked so far has been a hoax. Okay, we just crashed. And Premiere Pro did not work again, so obviously I'm going to try and fix the RAM. Well, that's frustrating, but I think... I don't know, I think if we crashed, we're no longer live. I'm not sure. If we're not live, well then it doesn't matter what I say from now on, so I might as well say, thanks for watching, I guess. we didn't get through the damn video, but, about a fucking crash. So that's wonderful, because I got a billion tabs open because I'm fucking lazy. But, yeah, thanks for watching. I think we kind of got the gist of it. Yeah, have a good day, guys. That was pretty painful to watch, not to mention, yeah, like, I did kind of want to go through more of their rhetoric, but, you know, it's probably gone long enough. Sorry about that. But anyways, thanks for watching. We kind of